Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Sorry, so I'm out on the peninsula here and we have some contacts. I'm a little bit higher level, so we're getting their premium bad guys right away. And have a T95 LMG. See, we're 25 meters away. And we engage. One of the things, the Skrull Corporation has drones, robot assault vehicles. And so that one guy had two of them with him. And on these loadouts, I have a sniper and I have an LMG, because you start running into all this technology, you need pretty heavy ordnance to take them out. So I'm trying to get out of this area, but they keep sending out patrols. So we've got to keep trying to figure out how to egress. You can see there's an enemy drone pinging on us.
They don't know we're still here. Throwing batteries out.
And they're searching for us.
Enemy chopper inbound.
For the people that are on this channel because they started on the Division 2, this is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And this is kind of... Oh crap, the helo. And reload. And down. What's nice about this family of games, Ghost Recon and Division 2, is there's pretty good gameplay. I like Ghost Recon for the fact that it's just wide open. And I can go pretty much everywhere. And they have a lot of indoor fighting buildings as well. And I like that. Not just big historical places like in the Division 2. In this game, there's a bunch of different houses. You can go into them. Sometimes there's nothing going on. So it gives you the feeling like you can go anywhere. The other thing that's nice about all these Ghost Recon games is that you can go in different terrains. You can go up in the mountains where it's snowy. You can go where it's more tropical. Sure, it's the same map, but you get the feeling of that you're somewhere else. And so the story about Ghost Recon Breakpoint is Tech Bro has bought an island and developing all kinds of stuff, and someone takes over his technology. And if you think about the Division 2 when it was made and then the events that happened later in the real world, sometimes you got to wonder, you know, are artists just that in touch with things that are going to happen? Or was it stupid dumb luck? So is there ever a point, if you get into this gameplay, is there ever a point where a tech guy has a little bit of hubris and it gets away from him? I don't know. The other good thing about Ghost Recon versus the Division is that you can get into vehicles. And this is where your team's going to I tell them to open fire, and then this is kind of the nice thing. They take things out. It's not relying on my crappy aim. The AI's aim is going to take care of that. And I think I'm going to switch vehicles here. Has a progression where you get to unlock different skills. You're going to eventually unlock everything. It's just when you decide to unlock certain things. And I end up focusing on being a pistol guy at first. So I have a Desert Eagle, and that's pretty powerful in this game. And in the middle of the game, people thought this was going to be Ghost Recon Wildlands 2. It wasn't. It was different. They had a more division type of loot drop, and what would happen is you'd have like a level, whatever level you were, gun, and maybe it's a M4 or something, but it would get shittier as you got higher level. People really disliked that. They didn't like that part of the RPG part. So they made a... That's Roxy. They made a version of it, or a play style where you can just play where once you get a gun, you get a gun. And there's no leveling the gun. Sniper.
He's dead. Blasted him. Smoked him. Eyes on a sniper about to shoot.
And so to clear this place out, I'm just going to drive this Hummer up through everything.
Get him.
And if you watch the channel, you know that I like games that I can solve things differently. So sometimes I'll snipe through these things. Sometimes I'll brute force it like I'm doing now. It all just depends. I have a great video coming up of Destiny 2. Destiny 2, the main thing, if I had one thing I didn't like about Destiny 2 was the jumping puzzles. And so I'm going to show you a video. It'll be sometime this week coming up. And really, this is normally when I ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. I don't know why you have to do that, but you have to do that. One of the commenters noticed that their access to the page was messed up. They weren't getting all the updates, and then they had to resubscribe. So I apologize for that. I have no control over that. But basically, and I'll go into this more, a lot of times we're the very thing holding ourselves back. And so what I mean by that is, I've come across this a lot in my life, where I've worked with people, where people worked for me, and they're always waiting for permission. And sometimes I even do that. Now, I'd like to think I just do what needs to be done all the time, but I'm not like that. Even I have sometimes where I wait for permission instead of just doing what's right. For the majority of my work life, I just did what I wanted, when I wanted, because it was in alignment with the business. And people would question me sometimes. Well, who told you could do that? I said, it just needed to be done, so I just did it. I did it in the Coast Guard. I've told this story before, but I was the officer in charge at AIDS Navigation Team San Francisco. Excuse me. I was never the officer in charge there. I was the ops boss there. AIDS Navigation Team, Los Angeles, Long Beach. I'm the officer in charge. The officer in charge before me got relieved for cause. And so it's my first duty station where I'm in charge. This is like 1993. We have a Windows computer, and I take pictures of all the aids to navigation, the buoys and dayboards and everything. And I make a database and I send it up to the district like, here you go. Here's an update photo of the last time we visited the light. They about shit their pants when they saw that. And I'm not saying it was the best. It was a flat file database. If people know that, two-dimensional was basically Excel. It was in Access, but there was no relational stuff. You know, it was just a quick and dirty where someone could see the pictures on the light, see what it looked like. One of the great things about Ghost Recon, all the games that you can fly a helo. So right here, I'm trying to figure out the controls. On the PC, it's Control and Shift. So I'm trying to say, how do I get up collective so I can fly up and down? Because that's the main thing. I want to hover and fly close. I might be okay, but who wants to get shot down? It's embarrassing in the videos. I'm going to tell you that. So that was a time where I just did something that no one told me I could do. When I worked at the next place, after I got out of the military for 13 years, I went to a place called Carl's Ice. And I immediately just took notes like they've never seen before. And they said, why are you taking notes like that? And I was just like, cuz. And I was in training with a bunch of other guys. I'd share my notes. They'd make copies of them, all that kind of stuff. And so I did that a lot. And as I became an officer in charge, later I was officer in charge at Aunt Sault Ste. Marie, which is in the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. And I put us on trop hours, and trop hours in the military is 7 to 1. There was no reason. We didn't have a lot of lights. We could do all the lights in 1 month. Advanced Ham. Oh, my favorite part. Hold on, YouTube. Parachuting out less than 1,000 meters. That's what the BE parachute. If you're over 1,000 meters and you have a Class A, you can't do it. But I'm a Class B parachuter, so there I can just parachute out. Really, I can do whatever I want. I love this about the game. I like getting helicopters and then just crash. I used to like to crash them into bases and then parachute out. Ta-da! Do a little spin of death and, oh, my leg. And that's going to hurt. So now up to this building. I have a mission here. I don't know what the mission is. So no one liked that I was on trop hours. Even the people that I led didn't like trop hours at first. And my command didn't really mess with me. It's just I got the work done. This the other fun part about this game is there's a drone overhead trying to find me. I showed the last time I played Ghost Recon, they spotted me and then they drop a flare on me and then they send all their resources after me. Trying to avoid it today. You'll see it flying above me here in a second. Or not. And that's a type, but they call that prone camo, where you can dig yourself in. So I give you all these examples of how much of a superstar I am, yet still at this, when I'm in new situations where I don't know, I revert back to this default thing where I'm waiting for someone to give me permission to do stuff. I inherently think I want to do something, but I let people dissuade me because I'm not sometimes confident when I'm not sure of what I'm doing. Then I kind of wait. My default is not to look at what the meta is, what everyone else is doing. If it's so effing great, why don't I just find it on my own? Why isn't it apparent to me? So I will show you a video here in the coming week of this happening to me. It's very embarrassing, and it's kind of, here's what I like about it. I have the same limitations as everyone else. Maybe not in every situation, maybe not as much, but I have them also. And so I like showing you my failings and my shortcomings so that you know it's okay for you to have those and for you to fix them. Anyways, hope you appreciate. I did a little bit of creativeness on the video because I wanted you to have something nice for number 301. And I appreciate YouTube.
Who are you?
This is Ronan Kazi,
I can't
cutscene,
believe you got everything. I owe you.
black and
Don't
white,
mention it.
noir.
I'm gonna upload the blueprints now.
Have a good one,
Shouldn't
YouTube.
take
Thank
long.
you. Appreciate
While
everyone.
I'm doing
Bye.
this, feel free to rummage around the lab. You've been a great help, and I'm sure there's plenty of rare ingredients and whatever that could help you against Sentinel.
I appreciate that. Are you gonna be okay?
Yes. I'm gonna stay with the printer, and I promise to keep hidden. Thank you again for everything.